What's happening, everybody? Rod J here to take a look at another beer. Thanks for swinging by to check out another video. Going to take a look at one from Deschutes. This is their Jubelale. This is one of their winter warmers. It is also considered to be an English strong ale. Comes in with an ABV of actually 6.7% and an IBU of 65. One of the good things about Deschutes is they do put the information on the side of the bottle, as you can see there, which always makes it nice, and more companies should also follow suit and do those things. It also tells us on here Best By 4/19/16, so you have a Best By date out there as well. But described as a festive winter ale, bottle conditioned for quality. Go ahead and get this baby open and get it into the glass. Last note off the bottle though is that profile, chicory, dried fruit, and toffee notes, a robust ale with a warming spice. So they give you a little bit of information about what to expect here. We'll see if it holds up. Now I'm actually going to use a shaker pint glass here. Going to try to get away with that. Recommendation is usually to have an English pint or a snifter glass, but I've seen some people use shaker pints on here, and I think it's not going to make that much of a difference from me grabbing an English pint instead. So get it into the glass. Easily pours out a nice 2-finger head. Get it to the light. It's got a nice reddish brown color. Light does get through, and carbonation don't see as much. Seems to be a little bit soft there, but we'll see what happens as I drink this down. Out of the light, it's just a nice reddish brown color, as you can see there. The head itself, color wise, nice beige head, has some nice rockiness to the head. Lots of good bubble action in there, so we should have some nice carbonation where hopefully it'll be nice and smooth as I drink this baby down. Not too over carbonated. Go ahead and get an aroma. Do get the sweetness coming out off the bat. You do get that caramel type sweetness. They mentioned toffee. I'm getting a little bit of that as well. A little bit of a molasses sweet smell on here also. As far as any of the hops, I'm getting maybe a little bit on the back end, but not as much as I would expect from the 65 IBU, and also with them noting that you should be able to pick up some of that earthiness. See if I get more of that stuff in the taste. But really a sweet malt smelling type beer. Not getting too much of the chicory out of there either, so a little disappointing there. Not much of the spice as well. Let's go ahead and check the taste. Now with the taste, I do get the bitterness as the initial hit. It is definitely a medium body beer. Mouthfeel is very nice. It opens up a little bit more with some of the flavors. Now on the taste, I do pick up a little more of the spice, as well as kind of some of those fruit tastes that were mentioned, and a little bit, I think, of maybe a slight bit of that chicory taste. Does hit you more as a winter warmer at that point, as you pick up some of the flavoring. Now you talk about the winter warmers, usually they have a little bit more of a spice in there. Sometimes you'll pick up something like, say, a nutmeg or something along those lines, and this one kind of has that as well. So as far as the duration, you get a pretty good average to decent duration there. On the carbonation I mentioned earlier, where it looked to be a little soft, and it does play out nicely. You're not getting a lot of that carbonation on the back end as you drink the beer. It goes down pretty easily. Seems to be really balanced between some of the malts and the hops as well. It's got kind of a little bit of a refreshing effervescence to it, I guess you could say too. It really does play nicely. I think this would actually be a good one to have with some seafood as well. If you're eating some shrimp or crab cakes or things along those lines, I think this would be a nice balance out to go with those flavors. But overall, not too bad. Got some lacing taking place on the glass now, as you can see. It seems to be quite decent. Take a look at some of the ratings here. Beer Advocate actually has it ranked as an 88 for very good. The Bros had actually ranked it back in the day at 97 for world class. Rate Beer has it at 95 overall, 98 for style, and Untapped actually has it at 3.58 for average rating. I think as far as the taste of it being a nice refreshing beer, I think it's there. I think it's decent. But the fact that you're supposed to pick up some of those other things that are mentioned, they don't come through as well. So I feel like it's hard to reward them on that for this beer. So for me, I'm actually going to give this one a B. I think it's a solid drinking beer, but it's not really coming through with some of the things that are kind of promised there. I think if you're having something like this and you like the winter warmers, or you like the style of a English strong ale, you're not going to be disappointed with this one. This is, again, the Deschutes Jubelale. If you've had this one before, let me know. As always, put some comments in the comments section. Let me know what you thought about it. Nice winter beer with the 6.7 ABV. If you're looking to have something a little more heavier and not totally get annihilated, this one can kind of fill in there for you as well. Well, with that, I'm going to go ahead and say cheers. Appreciate you swinging by to check out another video. Hope to catch you on the next one. And as always, if you like what you saw, please make sure you hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed, please do subscribe so you get up to speed on all the new videos as they're done. And you'll have all the updates. So with that, I'm going to say cheers. Look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.